right, I think we've waited enough. Let's get going. So hi everyone, my name is Sahil Mehta. I'm the author of Break Free, a book that just released and available on all electronic platforms. Hi Tanvi, welcome to the conversation. So today I'm going to talk about how we're going to take a thought and develop it into a habit and eventually into a ritual. So let's start with the thought, right? We're thinking all the time about things that we want to change in our life. Perhaps we want to improve relationships. Perhaps we want to, climb up the corporate ladder. Perhaps we want to improve our health. Perhaps we want to better use our time because we feel like there's not enough hours in the day. But what that thought does is it transforms into a feeling or emotion, right? The thought of having better health feels great. The thought of having a stronger relationship, also many emotions come out, right? It may be love, maybe closeness, whatever it might be for you. But it's triggering an emotion or a feeling inside of you. And once you start to experience it in your mind and you feel it, hopefully you get the courage to take action. That's the next phase, right? So you went from thought into feeling and emotion, and then you took action. Perhaps your action was you picked up a gym membership because you wanted to focus on health. Perhaps you called someone up to say you love them because you wanted to improve on that relationship. Or perhaps you developed the skill set that you require in order to climb up the corporate ladder so that you could improve on your professional side. But the point is, it requires action. If it just remains a thought or a feeling where you feel, it feels great, I think, one day I'll get to it, procrastination. No, you have to take action. You have to take that first step. And then once you take the first step, you got to do it. You need that discipline to do it again and again and again until it becomes a habit. Now, let me explain to you why many people don't get to the habit stage. We're going to get to ritual in a second, but let's talk about why habits sometimes just disappear. So the first thing I want to highlight to you is I know a lot of people that I work with. They tell me, Sahil, I tried. So I'm going to take a line from Master Yoda from Star Wars because I just absolutely love this and I use this with everyone. And that's do or do not. There is no try. Try almost feels like it's okay to fail. It's okay if it doesn't work out. Okay, say it with me. I tried to improve my health. I tried to work on this relationship. I tried to develop myself so I could become better in the workplace. Where's the energy in that? It has no punch, no power. Change try to, I'm going to ensure my health gets better. I'm going to improve this relationship. I am going to succeed in the workplace. Wow, that's power. Right? So you notice the difference. So the words you use in your mind or out loud have a different sense of energy. Get rid of the try and replace it with something stronger, something assertive. So that's the first step in ensuring that the thought goes to a feeling, emotion, to action, and eventually into a habit. A second thing that I want to highlight. Some people just try to do too much at once. Can you imagine if you want to improve relationships, your health, work, try to succeed, do this, do that. This is too much. It's overwhelming. And when you're trying to do too many things at the same time, what happens? You set yourself up for failure. Because it's hard to do so many things at the same time. Now, whenever I share my journey in my book or otherwise, I share my journey over 5 years. And people get excited, they get inspired, and they're like, I want to style, I want to do this, I want to do that. But guess what? You got to pick one or two, but not 5 or 6 things at the same time and just set yourself up for failure, right? It just becomes all that much harder. Pick one and don't go after the biggest hurdle first, right? You need to get accustomed to it. When you're doing high jump in school, you don't say, yeah, I'm going to go straight for 2 meters. No, you start at, 80 centimeters. Then you work up to 90, then a meter, then 110. Then you work your way up until you get as high as you possibly can. So pick the one which is lower height, because you need to build momentum. As you take on these habits, as you take action and you get the results, you're like, wow, I did it. It's amazing. I'm reaping the benefits, and you get the momentum and the drive to keep going. So don't try, do it. And the second one, like I said, is ensure you're only tackling 1, maybe 2 if they're quite easy at a time. Now you might say, okay, I have these habits. This is great. But how do I turn it into a ritual? In my mind, in my definition, a habit is something that you have to put in effort, that discipline on a daily basis, but a ritual just happens automatically. Such as brushing your teeth. You don't think about it, you just do it every single day. So how do you get from habit to ritual? How do you bridge that gap? And the key word, the very important word, I want you to come a little closer, is belief. You have to believe it with all your heart. Because if you don't believe it, that habit will remain a habit and maybe one day disappear. But if you want it to become a ritual, you truly have to believe. And then only will it become a ritual. I'm going to share with you 2 personal examples. I grew up a vegetarian. I've been vegetarian most of my life. And one day I was told you can't have dairy products or eggs. And those are the 2 things I was consuming. I was like, oh my God, that's a big chunk of my diet. But because I knew it was only for 1 year, because it wasn't suiting my body, I said, it's okay, I'll do it. But I didn't believe. So every now and again I'd cheat. I'd go to a restaurant and be like, ooh, this pizza's so good. I gotta eat it. I love it. Or I'd go somewhere skiing and they have cheese fondue. And I'm like, oh yes, absolutely. I'm gonna break it today. But here's the thing. One day, I converted to a complete plant-based lifestyle because it was my belief to love all living things, whether humans, animals, or plants. And now I never even think about touching dairy or eggs or any animal product for that matter. But that's because it's become a belief. It's no longer just a habit, and hence it became a ritual because of the belief. Another belief that I have is health is wealth. Within the family, we've had heart attack, organ transplant. I've seen all these things happen in front of my eyes. And I said to myself, health is wealth. I need to ensure that my health is at my A game, because only if I'm super healthy can I perform at an optimal level. And then I'm not going to give stress to the people that love me so that they can be free. They don't have to be concerned about me having some disease of some sort, which could have been prevented because of the lifestyle choices I made. So people tell me like, oh, you're so disciplined. I'm like, no, it's not discipline. I believe that health is wealth. And so every day I ensure that I'm doing some sort of physical activity. Every day I am meditating. Every day I'm doing breath work. Every day I'm watching what I eat. Now, does that mean that I never have that juicy chocolate bar? Does it mean that I never have anything that you might consider naughty? No, of course I do have it. And that's the other problem. Some people think I've got to stop. I've got to stop and not have any of this or that. I'm like, no, just focus more on the things you can have and limit the things that you consider are against your belief. So yes, I do have a slice of, vegan cake every now and again, maybe when it's a birthday or something. But am I having it all the time? No. I focus on all the things I can have, all those amazing snacks that exist out there, which are low on sugar, which are super nutritious, because I want my body to work at an optimal level, because that's my belief. So my question to you is, what is your belief? And ask yourself, for the things which you wish to do, and my favorite, by the way, is New Year's resolutions, right? How many resolutions did you make when we started 2021? And now that we're on February 14th, happy Valentine's to all of you, by the way, ask yourself that now after 1.5 months, how many of these resolutions have I still stuck to? Am I still on some of them? Have all of them suddenly disappeared? Ask yourself. Because there has to be a belief, otherwise it's never going to happen. So whenever things are habits that you're not able to maintain or convert into rituals, ask yourself, am I trying, or am I really giving it a shot because I'm doing it? Am I trying too many things at the same time? Or have I been smart about it and said, let me just tackle one at a time? And do I believe in what I'm doing? Because if I don't believe, the chance of success will become a lot slimmer. Thank you all for your time. I'm still hanging around if you have any questions. I want to give a shout out to all the people that joined recently. Vikram, Yana, Tanvi, Sam. Brilliant. It's so nice to have all of you in this live. I wish you all a blessed day. I give you my love for Valentine's Day. Keep spreading the word, keep spreading the love. Be yourself, because you're an amazing human being. And I hope these tools have helped you to convert thought into habit and eventually rituals. Thank you.